Well, hello and welcome once again to my channel financewalesir, and in this video I'll take you through two more of very important GPT functions. So the first one, as you can see, is GPT fill. So let's see what this GPT fill exactly do. Now it's obvious it does something related to filling the data, but what exactly does it do? If you see the prompt and the description, it says GPT underscore fill fills an incomplete range with GPT given an example range. So it means that it will fill an incomplete range if I give some example range. So I have to give GPT some examples and then it will fill the remaining range for me. So say for example, I write here India and I write Southeast Asian country with a rich culture and booming economy. And say I write about, for example, USA, the United States of America. I'd say oldest democracy with high per capita income. Say with high per capita income. I think this is enough. Now I gave two hints, two examples of countries and the description. So I told GPT, well, this is the kind of information I am looking for. Now I have been told that GPT fill can actually fill this information for me if I give this GPT some examples. So now, for example, I write about countries, say Pakistan, Sri Lanka, England. I write, say, France. I write Canada. I write Australia. Yeah, I think this is good enough for now. So let's see what GPT fill can do for me. If we go to GPT equal to GPT underscore fill, I open the brackets, and these are my examples: India, USA, and their descriptions. So you see I filled from C5 to D6, I put a comma, and these are my inputs. We can ignore the other things in the prompts for now. Okay, cool. So these are my inputs. I close the brackets and I press enter. And then let's see if GPT can give me anything useful or not. Wow. So India and USA, this is still what we had already done. In Pakistan, it says South Asian country, of course, with a complex political history and ongoing conflicts. Yes, we know some conflicts going on in Pakistan. Sri Lanka is an island nation. England is a country with a long history and strong influence in global politics. Yes, France is true, rich history, cultural heritage. Canada, North American country. And Australia, known for geography, wildlife, known for its outdoor activities. So yes, GPT got it absolutely right for me. And you see, I did not, give any hints, you can say, as to exactly what to do with this. So another thing which you can do is, say I write here country names, I write here descriptions, because this is what I want, and let's say I put some tags. So for example, in talk of India, I say culture, economy, and when I write about USA, I say democracy. That's not to say other countries don't have, but yes, it's the oldest economy I write. And now I want I have given these tags, and let's say these tags also form part of my description for my example. So if I add these tags as well and now press again, see what it does. Will it give me any better results, or will it give me additional tags? Well, let's see. Yeah, it's taking some time, as it always does. Cool. So not only does it gives me some more results, better results. Say for example, Sri Lanka changed its description: island nation known for its stunning landscapes and diverse wildlife. This is even better description, and it tags are nature and wildlife. For example, France, it said it talked about cuisine, it talked about fashion, and yes, of course, French cuisine, French fashion is known worldwide. Canada talked about multiculturalism, standard of living. So you see, not only did it put tags, but through these tags, it gave me even more detailed and more better descriptions. Now, using tags is of course optional. This is just an example of what all you can do. But now you may say that okay, this is nothing great. I mean, you just talked about country names, you gave description. Now, for example, I want to do it another way. I said India. I can just copy these two. And sorry, just this one. Talked about India. Now I want to include in my list something totally different. Say Apple, not Apple technology company, but Apple fruit. I say red color fruit with the nutrients. Uh, say and vitamins. Okay, I'm not a health expert, so don't take it as any sort of medical advice. Let's keep it here. Now talked about India, I talked about Apple. Let's talk about iPhone. Let's talk about Tom Cruise. Yeah, I'm talking about completely different things. Let me ask what is a library. Let me ask GPT what's an ice cream. Let me ask what is Delhi. Delhi is the capital of India in case you are not in India. Let's talk about the famous Indian movie industry star Amitabh Bachchan. So you see, completely different things I have talked about, and well, let's see if GPT Phil can do its magic here as well. I just add these inputs, just enter these inputs as I did earlier, and now I choose these input numbers. Cool. So you see, I talked about India, Apple, iPhone, what is a library, what is an ice cream, and see what it gives me. Wow, so iPhone, yes, high-end smartphone, advanced features, Tom Cruise, known for action roles, library where reading materials are stored, ice cream, sweet frozen dessert, Delhi capital city of India, Amitabh Bachchan, legendary Bollywood actor. Wow, cool. Now let me add some tags here as well. Culture, economy, say history. Of course, India has a lot of history. Nutrition, I write, and say color. And if I do the same thing again in my example, I'm adding tags. Now let's see what happens. Will I get tags here or will GPT get confused? Well. Let's see what it does. There you are. So iPhone talks about technology design, Tom Cruise acting in movies. Now you see it changed the description a bit. Tom Cruise, famous Hollywood actor known for his action and drama roles. Earlier he talked about thrillers, and he talked about drama roles. History, culture, capital city of India. Now Amitabh Bachchan talked about, it doesn't talk about voice, it talks about contributions to Indian cinema. Instead, acting, movies, Bollywood. So those who don't know, the Indian film industry is called Bollywood. So it not only changes the tags, it changes the description and well, and as I told you, it will give you, it's quite likely to give you different results, not different in the sense it won't give you anything wrong, as long as it's very unlikely to offer you completely wrong solutions. But yeah, the description and all, it may change, but as long as it is correct, I think it's absolutely okay to have this. Cool. Now let's see, we move to another function called GPT map. And okay, so let me tell you, when I was learning, I found the description map a little confusing. I will be very honest. It looked like something like a match function to me, but let's not get into that. Now for example, let's say I have some data. I say Dr. Vikrant Khanna. So all those who are in India or watching this, please, these are completely imaginary names, not pointed at anyone. Simran Kaur, CFA, say CA, Saurabh Kapoor, for example, uh, Akhilesh Singh IAS, it's Indian Administrative Services, and say for example I want to write Anup Singh PhD, and here I want these names without any designations or this thing. So for example, instead of Dr. Vikrant Khanna, I want only Vikrant. I'm not bothered with what's his full name, or instead of Anup Singh, I just want Anup. Instead of Akhilesh Singh IAS, I just want Akhilesh. Instead of Simran Kaur CF, I just want Simran. And CS Saurabh Kapoor, I just want Saurabh. Now you may say that, okay, what's the point? I can anywhere write. Well, first of all, not only are these the names I want, but these are also jumbled. Dr. Vikrant Khanna doesn't match with Anup. Vikrant is here. So I want wherein not only do I get the data in the form I want, but also the fact that whether it's jumbled, I will be getting the right output. So let's say what GPT underscore map does for me. So what it does, actually use semantic search to find the let's see what GPT underscore map tells me. Uses semantic search to find the uses semantic search to find the closest match to each search key in range. So it looks for the closest match in each search key, and that's why I told you the way it does is, it looked like more like a match function, but we are not getting into the languages. So okay, so if I follow the this thing, let's say GPT underscore map, this is what I want, and this is what is I want in a normal manner. So let's see whether GPT map does anything or not. Cool. So now you see, against Vikrant Khanna I have Vikrant, against Simran Kaur I have Simran, against CS Saurabh Kapoor I have Saurabh, against Akhilesh Singh I have Akhilesh, against Anup Singh I have Anup. So what I did, if we go back to it again, I chosen what I wanted to improve, and this is the right one. This is jumbled, but this is the right one, and this is what it did. Now in order to understand more about this, let's say I do another GPT underscore map, and I do the same thing, search keys, range. I go to another, no, I don't want confidence, I want stats. So here what here what I will do, I will write true, and let's see what happens. This is just very okay. Now it gave me not only the correct names, it gave me what you may call the degrees of confidence, or say what percentage it thinks is the new name of the old name. If I say Vikrant, it's on a scale of 0 to 1, it's 0.889, it's almost 0.89. So Vikrant is 0.89 of Dr. Vikrant Khanna. So they are judging, you can say, the degree of accuracy, you can say up to what extent are we right. I don't know how exactly ChatGPT judges this thing, because Vikrant against Dr. Vikrant Khanna is 0.88, but Akhilesh against Akhilesh Singh is 0.93. So yeah, but it does gives me for example, you may say a good degree of, to what extent is this, you can say, correct. So for example, if I write against Dr. Vikrant Khanna, I write Vikrant's, just for example. Now let's see what it does. Now you see it moved down, because Vikrant Khanna and this is Vikrant's, this S is unnecessary here. So you see this degree of confidence actually lowered. Earlier it was 0.89, it was close to 0.89 if I remember, when it was Vikrant, you see. And now it 0.88, and now it moved to 0.787 when I wrote Vikrant's, which means it was actually a little wrong. You see, this is the gap here. Now okay, I know these two are where you see it's more than more than 90%, and let's say I want only those where it is more than 90%. You see, these are the two. As you can see clearly, Let's keep them in bold and let's make them italics, or let's color them just to understand them better. Awesome. So you see, Saurabh and Akhilesh are, at the higher degree of confidence, you can say. Now let's say I want a setting wherein I only looking for something like 0.9 or more. So here what I need to do, after range I will be moving to confidence. I just have to put a comma and I write 0.9, 0.9 or 0.90, and I close this. Now let's see what happens. Now you see, only Saurabh and Akhilesh came. Why? Because these are the only two which had higher degree of confidence, and here higher degree we meant 0.9 or more. So see, this is how it works. Very useful for finding information when it's jumbled, and you want to make sense of the data given to you. That's very important. As I'll add more videos, you will understand how exactly do they help in data analysis. So these are the things which help you in sorting your data or cleansing your data. This is how it's actually used. So well, we learned GPT fill and GPT map, and thank you very much for watching my video. And yeah, this video is also available in Hindi. ये वीडियो मेरे चैनल पर हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध है. And yes, please keep on watching my videos, subscribe to my channel, as I will be adding more and more content related to not only to ChatGPT and Google Sheets, but as well as things related to Excel and finance interview questions, important concepts of finance, income statements, balance sheet, cash flows, and lot many things. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.